Good that you're watching to the final stream of the year. Thanks for joining. So we're gonna look ahead once again at 2026. And I have some predictions that I wanna talk to people about that are watching live. If you're watching later, then you can of course still watch it. And throughout the week, I wanna do some more looking ahead at 2026 kind of videos. Of course, make sure you check the one out on the main channel. But probably if you are here, you've already seen that one. And then on the React channel, we can go a bit more in depth, as you will. So I will do a Shadows 2026 main channel video that we're gonna live record that right now. And yeah, apart from that, I hope you have a great final few days here of the year, and of course an amazing start of 2026. Hope you got great plans for New Year's Eve. And another interesting thing is that I will be so I like to do this stream on Monday, but next week I will still be able to do it on Monday, but the week after I won't be, because I got something new happening in the Monday afternoon, and it means that I'm unable to basically, oh, my Twitch chat's not working. So yeah, we will do then the weekly stream on Wednesday, same time. And I will also do a countdown so you know when it's live. And then probably after March, when I'm able to do the stream again on Monday, we're going to do the stream again on Monday. But I still want to do it every week. But then it will be on Wednesday, same time. Thanks, Redwood Fan and Kun and Stop. Good to see you guys. And of course, Saber Knight. The In-Tune Katu. You're constantly changing names or not? Ethan, good to see you again. And Brock, thanks for joining. Samurai Shogun, thanks for joining as well. So, I want to do something fun, because I have been thinking about my 2026 predictions. Last year I did a 2025 predictions. We already in one of these streams went over them, and I got quite a lot correct. We can quickly throw them in again. So I want to do a follow-up, of course, and then talking about the basically the predictions for 2026. But they are not finalized yet. I'm not like fully happy with them yet. Where do I? Yeah, there we go. So I wanna right now in this stream kind of go over the things, kind of go over the predictions I have, that we can kind of already spitball. I can already kind of tease where my predictions are going to, or what they will be like, without fully like recording the segments, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's see. No, that was a different type of video. 2025 predictions. Hey Jay, good to see you. No, I'm Fassy. YouTube changed something. Yeah, exactly, Fassy. Yeah, thanks for noting. Yeah, that's interesting. You can, I think, if you go to your Google account, probably change it back if you want. But yeah, that is good to note. I'm gonna put that somewhere so I remember it. Dexter saying, I'm hoping for an announcement of the next God of War. Announcement, not release. That is one of my questions that I want to throw. I think we can have like a fun stream here where I will throw some things in the poll, and then we can kind of talk about it. So let's see where my predictions are. Yeah. So last year, real quick, I of course made the prediction about Mafia: The Old Country that it was not going to be a large game. I said that that Shadows would do fine, but not good enough for Ubisoft, but that they would still, a year later, be business as usual, and that kind of happened too. I talked about the Horizon Online project, although that, of course, did not happen. I talked about the Xbox games that will be coming to PS5, talking about Hellblade and Forza, which all released. Only Avowed was not released on PS5. GTA 6, I said it would be delayed to 2025, or to 2026. I also said Crimson Desert would be delayed to 2026. I said that Fable would be delayed to 2026. All happened. I said Death Stranding 2 would not sell well. I think that is kind of true as well. And yeah, those were kind of my predictions last year. So pretty good score. I think right now we can, we can kind of talk about some things. I have like a doc open, and I also have one video prepared talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Kind of a more in-depth and discussion that we can do at the end of the stream regarding the 2026 video I, of course, already made on the main channel. Moist, good to see you as well. Rumotanolo, good to see you as always. Thank you for this year and Happy New Year, brother. You too. You too. Love the dancing dino there, or raptor. And yeah, no, I think next year will be a lot of fun. Sander, good to see you as well. New Naughty Dog gameplay, we would think, right? The space game. Oh yeah, that is one of my predictions, actually. I think when we will see the intergalactic gameplay, our hype level will go way higher, and I think they will show it next year. Yours a prophet? Well, Samaya, I mean, you know that by now, right? I'm actually I'm from the future. I'm just like pretending to be very good at predictions. Saber Knight, when you have a second, can you confirm if Horizon 3 is in development? I see it on social media, but I don't trust it because it's from social media sites for Horizon games. Yeah, it's always good to kind of have a question mark. Or not like fully believe all the things that you see on Twitter in particular. But no, they already confirmed that there would be a next adventure for Aloy in development, and that's probably the third game. But yeah, you would think that they have to talk about the online project, of course, next year, because that's up first. Do you think the Shadow Scope mode has been cancelled? Well, Kino and Sky, we're gonna talk about that in the video. But in short, I don't think it's cancelled. Death Stranding 2 not selling well. Kojima needs to make games, not focus on being a movie star. I'm really looking forward to his next game. Not the horror game, although I do think that will be pretty good. The OD one for Xbox. Oh, that's probably gonna come out in 2026 as well, you would think. But no, the Physant, I think. Basically a Metal Gear Solid style game, but PlayStation exclusive. Hey, Shadow Relics, good to see you. I can't wait for 007 to slap, yeah. I think what will happen with 007 is that the marketing right now is not very good for the game, I think. But it's kind of hard to market that game too because it's very linear. You don't want to show all of stuff. But I really think the reviews will be very good for it. I mean, it's the Hitman team. They know what they're doing. They got a way bigger budget now. And for me, the Hitman games were nice, but I kind of missed the story in those games. Like the story focus and the set pieces, because they were all just, yeah, of course, levels where a lot would happen. A lot of like freedom. So I think having still that freedom in some levels, but also the very linear set piece moments, I think will be awesome. And every time I see like a trailer or you see something from the game and hear the theme song, you're like, what the heck? They fixed the problem with combat, exactly. Yeah, it's now they do have like good gunplay, and the melee combat looks insane as well. So let's throw the first question regarding a prediction I have. Let's see. I'm gonna like do it here. Bro, can you do the polls in... Oh wait, I need to change something. Bro, can you do the polls in the Twitch? Let's see. Can we do it like this? Yeah, now I'm able to do the polls. Will we see... It's gonna be very easy yes or no questions, but this is gonna be like a first sort of prediction thing. Will we see the next God of War in 2026? And of course, C, right? It's not. It's gonna be. They will announce it. People are very optimistic. Thanks, Brock. Hey, Coxman. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the holidays. My games to look forward to: Resident Evil 9 and Ghost Recon. Nice. Yeah, the Ghost Recon will be interesting. I'm very curious. I remember the reveal actually for Breakpoint was very, very popular, but then, yeah, they really did a great job. And then, oh wait, what are these RPG elements doing in this game? God of War announcement, yes. New game, no. So Saber Knight, yeah. But this is gonna, like, see. So we will have a trailer for the next God of War. I see the frame rate issues in 007 as good as a good indicator. They have time to optimize the game. Yeah, Dovenschmidt, that's why the delay for 2 months is nice. I really think, like, I already was not really scared that the game would, like, not come out great, because the gameplay is from August, and usually when they show the game, that's already an older build. So I never thought that it would, like, lag technically. But I do think I've been asking a lot about the outfits every time I get the chance to talk to the developers, and they've been very cagey about it. So I think, like, some features like that still need some more work. So the 2 months, you can do a lot. It's been 4 years. So yes, do people say regarding the God of War game? Hey, Black Knight, good to see you. Ooh, the Metroidvania. Oh. Like, I am talking about, like, the actual God of War, not the Metroidvania that we still don't have announced. I can see the Metroidvania, though, in February, like, in the February State of Play. Eden asks, are you excited about Hexay, Jordan? Yeah, of course. I'm just very curious to see what it is, and I'm very scared that it won't be what people want. There is, like, a section of the Assassin's Creed audience that's kind of, like, looking at Hexay as a fix for what they are missing right now in Assassin's Creed. But I think Hexay is gonna walk another path. It's not gonna be. It's not. It might. I do think it will have the more Assassin Templar story, hopefully. But I do think the gameplay will be quite different. Yes, I'm hoping at the Game Awards next year we will see the trailer revealed. That would be big. So yeah, right now we have. Votes are still coming in. Let's see how it goes on Twitch. So right now on YouTube we have 57% says yes and 43% says no. I am also leaning towards no. And the reason for this is that Sony has kind of a new strategy in 2020 or in general during this PS5 generation. The strategy is very simple. They announce big games that you can look forward to promote the console. During the PlayStation Showcase, we saw like the Ragnarok logo, right? We saw Forbidden West, we saw the Ratchet & Clank, we saw Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, all these games. And then, after the machine is out, they're looking at a way shorter lifespan. The only thing that's different is Intergalactic. It was interesting that they announced that, but I also think that that was maybe to... Remember when The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, Part 1, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. This whole generation for Naughty Dog has been remasters of the old games. And then they had the online project cancelled. I would not be surprised if the reason they announced Intergalactic was also to really show, yo, we are doing something new. Don't worry, we will have a new single player game out. And the rumor is that it's launching mid-2027. So, like, So that is... And I don't think, like, for Santa Monica, we know the new God of War is coming. They're doing something. We're just excited to see it. But I really think you want to use that game to promote the next console. So that's why I think we will see it in a PlayStation Showcase to promote the PlayStation 6. And I don't think we will see that in 2026. So I really think they're gonna keep that card close to their chest for 2026. So I don't think we will see the new God of War in 2026. But I like the optimism from people. Now, of course, we can see the Metroidvania, like Prince of Persia, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown variant. I can see that happen. But overall, I think the next God of War, probably not in 2026. That's what I think. Hexay will be unusual. I heard you can take possession of animals. Will the enemies be able to parkour too? Probably. Seems exciting to try something new. I agree. Tomb Raider 2026. Yeah, the remake of the first one. Hey, Severus, good to see you. Will Hexe be on PC or the next God of War? Or, I mean, eventually these games will come to PC. Hey, Raptor, I hope you loved holidays. I'm really hoping for Far Cry 7 in 2026. I mean, so we're going to end this poll. Thanks, everyone, for voting. I think that we will see Far Cry 7 in 2026. I think it will launch before the new Splinter Cell remake because of the rocky development. And Ghost Recon will launch first, then Hexe, then Far Cry 7, I think. But yeah, Ubisoft, everything gets pushed. But I do think it's time for Far Cry 7. I do think it's time. Jinwoo is just joining. Do we have any new God of War news? Not really. We were just like spitballing and predicting if we would see the next game in 2026. But yeah, I think the 2.5D side-scroller is happening. It's about time for a new Far Cry. Yeah, it is. It would be 5 years. At the end of 2026, it would be 5 years. I think that's good enough time. I'm really curious how the game will look, because it will be on the Snowdrop engine, so that will be exciting. Hey, Burn Brett, good to see you. I'm hyped for Jade. I hope it releases on PC as well. I'm gonna do a video on the JorRaptor channel talking about talking about Assassin's Creed predictions I have for 2026, and Jade will of course be part of that. Atlantis is the next Tomb Raider game, Jordan. Yeah, I know, it's the remake of the first game. I wouldn't mind if GTA 6 drops 2027. No, JJ, don't. But that is a good segue though, because let's talk GTA. So, if you're just joining, thanks, welcome. As you might know, I love predicting things. And the end of the year and the start of a new year is of course a great time to do predictions for what will happen throughout the next year. I'm really happy with how my predictions for 2025 turned out. I had like a lot of them correct. So I want to do predictions for 2026 as well. And of course, you have to make predictions about the biggest game that will be launching in 2026. Because I think they will hit the November 19th date. But, so I'm not doing my segment yet. I will make a separate video with predictions. It will drop on the React channel very soon, so stay tuned. Right now I want to kind of spitball, because I do think there are a couple of interesting wrinkles to GTA 6. For one, and this is going to be the poll number one, we're going to do a few shorter polls. And I want to hear your thoughts behind why you think this as well. So my first question to you is, will the new GTA Online launch in 2026? Bird, I did not try Stalker 2 on PS5 yet. Been really impressed so far. Almost no one really talking about it. Yeah, I mean, it launched, of course, a year later. But I heard good things about it, too. It's just not really... I don't know. Many other games to play. I'm playing Borderlands 4 right now. Getting my shooter fix from that. Really having a good time. Okay, so my question number one is... Will the new GTA Online launch in 2026? Severus is playing Far Cry 6. I mean, great pick, great and big. I'm waiting for the next Fire Emblem game next year, yeah. Yeah, I'm really hoping, hyped for the next Fire Emblem. Personally, I'm looking forward to a sequel for Horizon. Imagine fighting machines from space. Yeah, Jinwood. Me too. What are the chances Hexe releases close to GTA 6 like AC Odyssey did? I think the chances are very high, Doverschmitz. I think if Hexe launches in around Halloween, they have enough time. GTA 6 getting delayed to 2027. Don't say that. We will get GTA 7 before GTA 6. Not after the disaster of GTA Online. Nice. Enjoying Borderlands 4 as well. Hoping for more performance improvements. Yeah, I'm playing on PS5 Pro. It's been fine. It's been fine. Hey, Camiso. Good to see you. So yeah, a lot of people are saying no. I think is very interesting, because if I recall correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Didn't GTA Online for for GTA 5 launch a month later? Yeah, it launched a few weeks later. It launched on October 1st, 2023. And Reddit Online? Okay, Reddit Online launched launched a month later. So if they follow that, you would think that they're actually going to do it, right? That GTA Online. I mean, in a perfect world for them, you want to launch it in December because that is when the Christmas tree, people getting a lot of PlayStation cards, and they got all the microtransactions in the online game. So I think if Rockstar can manage, they will do it. But I think also, I'm also leaning towards the people that are saying no here, because personally, I really think that they want to like just focus on the single player game and get that out ASAP. And if, for example, it means that delaying GTA Online means they can hit the November 19th date for the single player, they can do that. And yeah, so I think GTA Online will also not launch in 2026, but that they will do some sort of crossover mission or something in the GTA Online we already have. And that they will then pick another date for GTA Online and maybe launch that with the PC version of the game. I could see that happen. We all know Duskbloods is going to be Game of the Year 2026. That's going to be a very weird game. GTA 6, April 2027. No. When do we think we get the Hexe reveal? Summer? Sad Boy Sims. Yeah, probably. Probably Ubisoft Forward in the summer. I think Ghost Recon gets the April-May slot. And then they do Hexe in the summer. Or like do the Hexe cinematic trailer and gameplay. No, I think they will do Hexe at the Ubisoft Forward. Jor, do you think Marvel's Wolverine will still drop fall 2026? 100%. I do have another prediction regarding Wolverine though, but I will save that for the video. It's interesting. But okay, we have we're still. I like how these questions are kind of balanced, because right now it's 48% says that they think GTA Online will launch in 2026, while 52% says no. Hexe releasing Halloween, that's my prediction, Kino Man Sky. That is my prediction. I really don't think they want to, because they don't want to delay Hexe. That's my point. They don't want to. They will not. What if another like wrinkle to the Hexe still being in 2026? There are rumors that the next consoles will be out in 2027. I think that's the plan, at least. We will see if that actually happens, but that is the plan. And yeah, it might be that because of the RAM situation right now and the prices going up, that they might delay the consoles, but I can see Xbox still launching 2027. Ubisoft always wants an Assassin's Creed at the launch of a console because that's really working for them. Valhalla blew up because it was a launch title, so that helped. That really helped. Black Flag launch title as well. That really helped. So if they know, 2027 will be the launch of PlayStation 6, next Xbox, they will do their best to have an Assassin's Creed game ready. If Hexe gets delayed out of 2026, it means they have Hexe early 2027, and then in the end of 2027 another mainline game. That would be kind of crazy. Still though, it's all optimistic, but yeah. January is looking like a pretty dead month unless Prince of Persia comes out. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? The Nerdy Giant. It's good to have a dry month, January, and then dry January, as they say. And then, of course, moving on to February, which, like, end of February will be packed, March will be insane. And then May and April right now seem kind of... I think a lot of, like, things will still be announced for April and May. Is it just me, or is the generation of PS5 too short compared to the PS4? Jinwoo, if you think about it, it's the same time. PS3 came out in 2013. The PS4 came out in 2020, so 7 years. If the PlayStation 6 launches in 2027, it would be the same 7 years. And you also have to think about another fact, and that is what Sony is looking at. They have already reached 100 million PS5s. The PS4 sold 120 or something million. So if they extend the life cycle of the PS5 by another year by delaying the PlayStation 6, then they are basically trying to squeeze more out of the PS5, but is that really there? Especially if they're unable to lower the price. So I still think if Sony has the situation, because also delaying a console is like way, there are so many moving parts. If they, for example, have the Venom game, that I think will be a launch title similar to Miles Morales, that game will be done by the end of 2027. If they delay the consoles by a year, will they then push that game? Like, what will happen with their whole strategy? It's gonna be interesting. Can't wait for Reanimal and Requiem in February. Yeah, great games. Do you think Microsoft and Sony should stop making exclusive and release all their games on all platforms, including PC? No. I mean, if you, for example, play a Yote, or if you play a Spider-Man 2, I think it's good that there are games solely made for one platform. We see that with Nintendo as well. Because there are so many cool features with the controller for the PlayStation 5 that barely any developers use, because they have to work, like, they know, okay, only 20% or 30% of the people will actually really use these DualSense features because they play on PlayStation. So is it really worth it for us to spend X amount of resources on DualSense features, load times, all that sort of stuff, while Sucker Punch with Ghost of Yote is like, we're only making it for the PS5 and PS5 Pro, let's get the most out of it. And look, I don't need the touchpad things and all that sort of crap, but I still think I do think it's cool to play a game that you know has been made with that device in mind. And we will lose exclusives. If we lose exclusives, then yeah, we kind of lose that. Plus, you also have to remember that a game exclusive, the goal for a game like that is completely different than for a third-party game that launched on every platform. An exclusive, look at the Nintendo games, the PlayStation games. Of course, Microsoft is different now because they don't really have a console to sell anymore. They don't really care about that anymore. But these games are made to sell the platform. So they can be like very, very high budget, very set piece heavy. A game you maybe finish in 15 hours and then you're done. But if that's a game that you have to experience, The Last of Us Part 2, a Horizon, you name it, then people will pick up the console just to play that. While what we see with all these third-party publishers, they need to, they want to sell you the game, but the game is usually a getaway drug into their ecosystem. Because if you are in their ecosystem, if you are in the Ubisoft Connect ecosystem, play Assassin's Creed Shadows, then you see the microtransactions. And for Rainbow Six, that's the case as well. Like, they need to make extra money from those microtransactions and all that sort of stuff. So those things design their games. There are design decisions made so that the game is longer. And that's not always for the best reason. Like, it does not make the game better. For an exclusive, their whole purpose is that they sell you the console, so then they can get more money out of you. It's just the product is gonna be, they can make as much of it. They can really focus on the art of things instead of the business of things, if that makes sense. So I think that's also very important to have exclusives. So they can really push the hardware. The exclusives only have to focus on that particular platform. So You get all the bells and whistles, the graphics, etc. And because they don't have to sell you more things inside the game, basically. Exclusive used to mean something. I mean, they still mean something. They still do. But I'm fine with them eventually coming to PC. But I do think it's important that we still have exclusives. I heard Ubisoft 40th anniversary is coming up in 3 months. Would it make sense to do a Ubisoft event then, right? I mean, like that, I saw it, Coxman, but you have to remember, with E3 falling away, and we still have the Summer Game Fest, of course, but what we really saw, what changed during COVID, is that usually the whole cycle was, okay, you get the end of the year, the start of the year, nothing really happened. April, May, new financial year, that is when big games were announced. You played them or saw them at E3. Gamescom was another moment. They launch at the end of the year. So you always had these moments, and if you were a developer or a publisher working on these games that were launching at the end of the year, but you did not have, like, then you also had to work on an E3 demo. So it was pretty hard, and there were like locked deadlines that you could not really wiggle out of. And what we saw with COVID was, obviously, these companies had to, go work from home and change a lot of things. But they also saw, wait, why we don't have to have something ready in June. If we do our own event in July, when we do have the extra time to get the demo ready, to do this, to do that, that is actually beneficial. So, while I get that a 40th anniversary in March sounds great, but if Ubisoft is going to the Hexe developers and to the Far Cry team and whatever, and they're like, we have this 40th anniversary event, give us some, like a demo or whatever, and they're like, yeah, but we are working on this and we cannot fix that, then I think it doesn't really make sense. So, unless they have a lot of stuff ready, sure, it's cool to do an event, but I don't think they will hold on to these 40th anniversary. They can still say during the Ubisoft Forward in June, it's the 40th anniversary, yay! Even though it happened 3 months earlier. If that helps their overall schedule, I think they will do it. Fable drops in 2026, or do you think it will fall into 2027? Yeah, I think it will be delayed once again. Do you think we will get Kingdom Hearts 4 news in 2026? Could be. Camissa, what do you think will launch before? Do you think Final Fantasy VII Part 3 will launch before Kingdom Hearts 4? Or the other way around? When do you think Dead Island 3 will come out, Jordan? Ethan, we talked about that actually in the Sunday video. It's scheduled for the first half of 2028. So it will be a while. I have really... if Yasuke gets a new weapon type, what weapon would you like to see? I think the Odashi would be really cool. And I think that would also make a lot of sense because they have the bladed weapon, of course, like the two-handed sort of axes and stuff. But that could be an axe too. So maybe like a really... a less like heavy, because of course the Cannibal is very heavy, very slow. I would love still a very brute two-handed weapon, but a faster one. So like a heavy blade, like an Odashi. I think that would be awesome. Because that really... I want him to have a weapon that Nawe would not be able to use. And I think an Odashi doesn't make sense for her. So I think that would be cool. Very excited. Very exclusive. Yes, exclusives are a reason to buy a console. The reason I bought an Xbox was Dead Rising 3. Damn. Yeah, Derek, that is right. And I just think it's good to have these games that their purpose is to sell consoles and not to sell, microtransactions. Like what I think the exclusives that we see for Sony, they're so expensive, but Sony can warrant that. Sure, these games sell, but they have another purpose as well, and that is selling the console. So even if the game doesn't make a profit based on the copies it's selling, if it brings in 2 million new buyers to the PlayStation 5 that would otherwise have not bought the console, and then those people go on to buy other games, that's a win for Sony as well. So then they can work on a Demon's Souls, on these games that would not really make sense for a third-party publisher. Like some other people that would make, I don't know, a Ratchet and Clank or something, they would not be happy with the 2 million or something it sold. Well, for Sony, hey, it's a family game they got in their catalog for the PS5, right? So then maybe a family who would otherwise not pick the game up or the console up would do it. You're interested in Neo 3? I am. I'm happy for you. Yeah, I think it looks great, but that's really one of those series where I'm like, there are too many games. You have to pick and choose. And I'm happy for everyone who is liking Neo 3, but not really for me. Codex Seeker, I will talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows and Year 2 here in a moment, because I want to do a video for Assassin Raptor for it. Music Art Realm says, I'm glad 007 was delayed. More light on Crimson Desert. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Pollock, yes. 007 in May. Rift Apart is great fun, Yor. I mean, I'm a huge Ratchet & Clank fan. I think it was one of the weaker Ratchet & Clank games. There were only 3 enemy types in that game, and it was, oh, we got the pirates, now the next one will be the robots, and then it was very predictable. I loved the older games, like A Crank in Time and Tools of Destruction. Amazing. Even Gladiator. Even that freaking Tower Defense game I thought was great. But for whatever reason, Rift Apart was not the same for me. Slawomir, good to see you. Hope I pronounced your name right. I think you're high if you think anything is coming out of Ubisoft. Well, Geralt, I can tell you that I'm not high, and it's a fact that there's anything coming out of Ubisoft. It's true. I think Part 3 news will be first. I think they want to get that done and out of the door, then focus on Kingdom Hearts 4. The director of those games likes to work on one thing at a time. Yeah, I think it would be wild if we see Part 3 before Kingdom Hearts 4, but it also makes more sense in my mind. I think Part 3 is 2027. So I think we will see it in 2026. Elder Scrolls 6 trailer, no. They will do it later. They will do it later. Yeah. I think you want to do an Elder Scrolls 6 trailer to promote the next Xbox. Like have an Xbox preview event. Like if they're launching at the end of 2027, then Xbox Showcase 2027, have the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer at the end. That would be my prediction. That would be my prediction. But yeah, Fable trailer. Again. Xbox is kind of in a hard... Like, they are finally reaching a point where they have a lot of games, but they're kind of having too many games. That is kind of their issue right now. Do you think we will get a new Tales of game announced? Well, Marcin, no. I don't think the previous Tales of the Borderlands game did very well. But Rift Apart is a good game to showcase what the PS5 can do. It still baffles me that some games aren't using the graphical settings used in that game. Yeah, that's again why we need exclusives. Like another game that used those things is Spider-Man 2 with the fast load times for fast travel and stuff. And they of course had, I think, some Rift as well, right? With like yeah, I think they had some of those stuff. 2027 part 3 of what? Of Final Fantasy 7. The next Perfect Dark, not coming out. No, I don't think Fable will be out in 2026. Like Xbox has Gears of War, Halo, Forza Horizon, Call of Duty. That is already 4 big games. If they launch one every quarter, that's already huge. But they have more. They might have Clockwork Revolution. Like, I think with GTA at the end of the year, Fable would have been end of the year. Nah, I really think they will launch Fable early 2027 at the earliest. Oh, sorry, Tales of Arise. Oh, sorry, no, I don't know. They might do it. I think Tales of Arise was actually pretty popular. Do you have an opinion on the whole Ghost Recon leaving third person thing? I think it's, like, on one hand, it's smart because I do think it could, like, help them reach a new audience. But I also think that there are so many first-person shooters already. So I don't know what Ghost Recon can bring to the table to push those people towards them. So I think it's going to be very interesting. What are your thoughts on the Crimson Desert PR guys saying that it takes 2 hours to ride a horse across the whole map? Red Dead Redemption 2 takes 50 minutes. I don't like that is that like for Crimson Desert you also have a dragon. You don't have a dragon in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I think that they had to make the whole map way bigger. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be an empty map as well. We've seen that already in the desert and stuff. I just don't think you wanna ride a horse across the whole map. And I don't believe that saying, yo, it's 2 hours is actually a good thing anymore. That's like, okay, whatever. Nobody's gonna do it. Tails, we all know Jor doesn't play JRPGs outside of Final Fantasy. I mean, I played the Persona tried. My thing with JRPGs, because I've been looking, so Maya, I am a huge fan of one of the DS Inazuma 11 games. Huge fan. So I looked into the new one, Victory Road. And then I saw, yeah, so it's a very good game, but the story mode, you only play football 4 hours into the game. I'm like, what? That's the whole point of the game. But no, the first 4 hours of Inazuma 11 Victory Road is just walking around talking to people. And yeah, I don't know. I'm happy that the JRPGs are going strong and the Digimon game was good and all that sort of stuff. But I want them to be modernized like a Final Fantasy 16 and a Final Fantasy 7, but I know that that's not everyone. I know that that's not everyone. Are you sure there's a desert in Crimson Desert? That I never thought of the fact that that's actually in the title, but yeah, of course. Depends on how big the map is. Anime adaptation games are generally mediocre. I mean, I think Victory Road is really, really, like, big people are loving that game. Pigeon Bird says, I really appreciate you covering a lot of things from the console gamer's perspective. What do you think of the current rumors of Mark Cerny's patent making PS6 being able to emulate PS1, PS5 games with a better performance and image quality? Sounds like an icing on the cake. P.S. Missing the Killzone franchise. Greetings to your buddies in the Netherlands. I remember, like, even for the PS5, we had rumors about it being able to play PS3 games natively as well. So, we will have to wait and see. We will really have to wait and see how it will all shake out. But that would be great. They will likely make it like part of a PS Plus offering though. So I think that's also probably an incentive for them to spend a lot of time and money on technology like that. Yeah, the Shadow Brother. Do you think Square Enix has to break the silence on Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2026? I mean, they don't have to. I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Final Fantasy VII Part 3 is up first. Death Stranding 2 was a great example for exclusivity in terms of graphics, 100%. But yeah, we know that game will probably come to every console. Is there a Crimson Kingdom in Sky? Can you link me that? For Crimson Desert. The more I see of Crimson Desert, the less interested I am. Really? Can we see the cat? I'm babysitting a cat. But the cat is kind of crazy because at 6 p.m., so it's right now almost 6, he would always get certain food that is his favorite. But if I give it at 6 p.m., then at 6 a.m., he thinks it's time again for that food. And then I'm obviously still in bed. So then he goes... and then I wake up at 6 a.m. I had that for a couple nights. So now I give the food at 11 or something like that, just before I go to bed. And then the cat will not wake me up at 6 a.m. But the problem is, at 6 p.m., he will still try and get the food. But he kind of knows now that I'm not giving it. Death Stranding 2 is well polished too, yeah. Death Stranding 2 was my game of the year until I played Silksong. Well, that's a very... for 2 months. Death Stranding 2 was your game of the year. You should really consider Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's a turn-based JRPG made for newcomers with a great story. So Maya, I know, but my backlog list is long, and there are other games. Like, you really have to just say, in my lifetime, I will not be able to play some things, and then you have to cut some things, and I think the Yakuza series is one of them. I think it's awesome that people are liking it, but I'm grinding Borderlands 4 right now, so kind of catching up on that. Do you think Spider-Man 3 will come out in 2028? No, I think Venom will come out in 2027, launch game PS6, if they still launch the PS6 in 2027. So yeah, I talked about it. My game during the holiday right now is Borderlands 4. Been playing that, and yeah, catching up on some games. I never played Control 1. I tried it a couple times. I love Quantum Break. I finished that in like 2 sessions. The Remedy game before that. But for whatever reason, Control having like a lesser budget and stuff, and only being indoors, I couldn't really get into it. But now with Control Resonant looking that good, I do want to play it. So yeah, I'm like kind of filling up the list and going back to some games I missed, and that will be mostly my January. So I'm very looking forward to that. Popcorn PC says, so yeah, Control is in my backlog. I kind of made a list, I think, somewhere. I'm not sure where I put it. But yeah, Borderlands 4, still going through that. I want to play Metal Gear Solid, the Snake Eater, the remake, or Delta. So that is still on the list. I finished Dispatch. So yeah, that was totally one of my favorite games of the year. So yeah, those things are kind of on my list, and if I like probably spent 200 hours less in Shadows, I would have like cut out way more games. But yeah, that's what it is. Activision 33 looks really good on PC. I believe you, Ethan. Oh man, you need to control it so badass. Yeah, I know. I think I would like it. Are you enjoying Borderlands 4? It took some time for me to get into it. The start was really, but I'm liking it so far. I think the open world, having some like bosses spawn here and there, is pretty fun. The story is, I don't really care about it to be fair, but no, I think that it just really feels good to play. From Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3 was already a really big jump, and from Borderlands 3 to 4, I'm like sliding, I'm doing the grapple hook. I think that works actually pretty well. Grabbing things in the environment, throwing them. I really quickly have like my 4 weapons now. I think it's awesome. I think the enemy design is really cool. So yeah, I'm liking Borderlands 4. But yeah, my game of the year I think is Ghost of Yotei. Even though the story maybe is not as high as some of the other PlayStation exclusives, Ghost of Yotei's open world, I love it. I really had a great time exploring every nook and cranny of that game. There are so many things that I would like, that I think could make that game even better. But I do think, looking at the 80 hours or so I spent in that, it is probably the most fun 80 hours I had. And yeah, Shadows would be in the top 3 as well. Like, I still played that game. Like, according to my PS5 700 hours, it's like around 300 if you... because of course I keep my PS5 on when I like make videos. But yeah, I'm still like doing the stream. I'm still enjoying it. So I do think it would be a disservice if I did not put that in the top 3. The story is forgettable with Ghosts, but I had to blast 100%. Right, No Man's Sky. Here, hey, Jordan, did you watch the new Avatar movie? Says Adam. Well, I have it planned for February, damn, no. Let's see. I'm gonna really quick ask if... I'm going this Friday, and there's like a new cinema opening in Amsterdam, or it just opened, that has like laser 3D, like all the buzzwords you can think about, because I heard mixed things about the story of the movie, but I was really impressed by the Way of Water, like how it looked, and I watched that also in like IMAX and stuff. So this should be even better than IMAX. So even if the story sucks, I think I will still be blown away by how good it looks. So that's why I want to go to the best cinema available to me. And yeah, that is planned for Friday. So a great start of the year, I would say. The story is subjective. It's okay to like it more than Tsushima. Yeah, of course, JJ, it is okay. But you can have like a bad taste. When do you think PS6 comes out? No, it's not coming out next year. The Shaw Brothers. No. 2027 at the earliest. On the 5th day, free PlayStation showed up on the steps of the faithful. Okay. I don't need another PS5. Are the Batman games any good, Jordan? Yeah. They are. Surprisingly good. I remember when Arkham Asylum launched and people were like, what? I'm used to superhero games being mid, but this is actually really good. I do have to buy and play Shadows. I think you do. Yeah, Hex and Kind. I saw that as well. Consoles will be delayed because of memory crisis. But I discussed that already. Like, there are so many moving parts to delaying a console. I think Sony would bite the bullet and be like, yeah, we're launching it, kind of early access mode for only the hardcore, and then we hope it gets better. Because if we delay this one a year, then all our launch games are there. Like, they're already basically, they already have the specs ready for the PlayStation 6. Delaying it a year means the console is already outdated by the time it comes out. I don't know, man. I don't know. Avatar movies are worth watching in the cinemas. I don't understand how that's an unpopular opinion on the internet. I mean, it's like I think Avatar is a great example of the internet is just a small bubble, because if you look at, oh, it's doing better than Way of the Water, it's already crossing 1 billion. That movie is doing insane numbers. So people agree it's great to watch it in cinemas. But I do feel that people that they walk out of the movies, they had an amazing time, and then they don't think about Avatar anymore until the next movie comes out, and that's fine. I do see like the Steam numbers for Frontiers of Pandora doing actually pretty great. When do you think Insomniac will announce Venom? June, July, August, State of Play, or reveal the Game Awards? Well, Drift, I think they will announce it in 2027 at the PlayStation 6 showcase event. So that would be in May or in June 2027. Do you think PS5 games will work on PS6 consoles? No, of course. Yeah, I think PS6 will have the same games working on it than PlayStation 5. The cat is now attacking me. He wants his food. Give me food. Give me food. Yeah. You're not getting any food, no. Rock is my favorite music. Geethan, you got great taste. Don't mess with the blue people. No, I'm messing with the red ones. They're red people right now, right? Oh. Bleep, bleep, bleep. No, yeah, my favorite music, I mean, you see it here on the wall. That's the best album ever made. So I'm like into indie music and stuff like that. Oh, this works. Will PS6 be portable? It does seem like there will be a handheld. What breed of cat is that? I don't know. It likes food. Does it help? It's a black cat with a white thing on the chest. His name is Seam. Brock. Spider-Man 3 and Venom double reveal at the PlayStation 6 showcase? No, Drift. I think they will do Venom first. Launch that, but then Spider-Man 3 2029. The DLC for Frontiers Pandora was great. Yeah, hearing great things about it. I love that cat. He looks adorable. He is very adorable, but not at 6 a.m. in the morning. Apart from that, he's very, very cute. Did rock music exist when the first caveman lived? Yeah, of course, Kino and Sky. I mean, there were a lot of rocks in the cave. Dispatch's Sonic Racing Crossworlds should have won the Game Awards. No. He's a black cat. Is that the breed? Also, you made me re-download Borderlands 4. Well, Adam, enjoy. Enjoy. It's a great game to also have a podcast onto. And those people are like, what? But I don't need to hear, oh, we're gonna destroy the timekeeper, is gonna kill you all. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm killing you bad guys. You don't like it. That's the story. So if I have like a podcast in the background, fine with me. There should be a guaranteed Ubisoft Connect in 2026, right? Yeah, I think Ubisoft Forward will be back in June. I hope I get to go again to LA. Because I was there in 2024 with the Shadows and Outlaws thing. If they next year have Hexe, if they next year have Far Cry 7, I'm down. I'll be there. This patch is a fake game, 53 nights. No. It's a way of life. Which DLCs have made games better, Jordan? I think most DLCs make games better, right? I think usually the best DLCs are when the development team that worked on the main game gets another run at it. Because then they really have learned from their mistakes. Or like made the game better in many ways. For example, I think one of the like most underrated DLCs is the Burning Shores for Horizon Forbidden West. Having flying around in that map, you can like even go underwater on a mount, new machines, crazy boss fight at the end. That DLC, not getting enough credit. That was an insane DLC. Hey, do you know if Luke is streaming today? I hope so. I hope so. He just texted me because I wanted to do the podcast. Is Shadow's getting more story content? I think it is. And thanks, Brock, for sending the polls. He's on soon. Yeah, nice. Favorite Pokemon? Scizor is the best Pokemon. Do you think Cloud going to kill Sephiroth? We will see. So I don't know the real ending of Final Fantasy VII. So I'm like, bro, is that a pig head behind you? Oh shit, is that still? Oh damn, I should probably remove that. No, that's from the Watch Dogs Legion. They of course had the pig mask. Did not work out for them. No, it's not collector's edition. It's just from. Yeah, it's from a promotion they have. Far Cry 6 cinematic title sequence was a masterpiece. I hope we get something similar. I still love the Far Cry 5 ending, man. That was so cool. The Far Cry 5 ending. I literally got the notification. Okay, well, that is my cue. So I wanted to do the Shadows thing, but I'm gonna probably just record that offline. Get you the video up ASAP. So I hope you have a great rest of the year. An amazing New Year's Eve. And, yeah. I will be back next Monday with a stream like this. But that will be the final time it is on Monday. Because after that it will be same time but on Wednesday. Because I got something going on Monday until the end of March. So, yeah. But I still want to do a weekly stream like this, of course. There will be videos dropping on the React channel. And on the JorRaptor as well. And of course the Sunday video again on the main channel. And yeah, we'll be focusing on the backlog in January. I don't think a lot will be happening. If there's stuff happening, I will of course report it here. But yeah, hope you have a great rest of the year. Thanks for joining us always these streams. It's really, really fun to do them and discuss with you. And yeah, have a great start of the new year. I think 2026 will be a lot of fun. And we will of course be covering it here. So happy New Year's Eve already. Or Happy New Year. And I will see you in the new year. Yeah, I think the next time you see me, unless it's like in a video, The next time you see me live, we're in 2026. The year that we finally see Horizon Online. You gotta believe that game is still happening. I hope so. But yeah,